What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another legend remade in FM22. If you are new around here, this is the series where we take an icon of world football, recreate them in the FM22 pre-game editor, throw them back into the game where they started their career and see how it pans out a second time around. As you can probably tell by the title, by the thumbnail, by the orange in the background, we are talking today about a Dutch legend. We are talking about none other than the man with the dreads, Ruud Gullit. Now, Ruud Gullit started his career in Holland, moved over to Italy, won multiple Champions Leagues at AC Milan. He also got his hands on that Ballon d'Or trophy as well. Will it happen a second time around? Who knows? Let's find out. If this is the type of content you like, guys, please do drop a like on the video down below to let me know that it is the sort of stuff that you like seeing. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and consider ringing that bell so you're told each and every time that we upload a video on the channel. But without any further ado, let's dive in and meet a 15-year-old Ruud Gullit. So, guys, here is a 15-year-old Ruud Gullit back in the game. He is starting his career the second time around at Feyenoord. Now, I will say I am aware that Ruud Gullit started his career at a different Dutch club. However, they have recently since folded, so are not in FM22, so therefore I cannot put him back at that club. Feyenoord was where he went second, so that is where he is going to start his career a second time around. He looks like an absolute monster. He's 15 years of age. He's very ambitious. He's a wonder kid. He's already got the traits of runs through the ball with the center, gets into the opposition area and shoots with power. Physically, he's a specimen. Nothing overly stand out in those physicals. He's just so supremely well-rounded. He does have that 16 strength. He is 6'3". He is 91 kg, and he is exceptional on both feet. Already incredible mentally, pretty good technically. With that 16 technique, it is going to bump up pretty darn quickly as this moves on. If you are new around here, we are going to jump forward. We are going to simulate his career for 20 years a second time around, and we're going to jump in at those 5-year increments to see how he's getting on, where he's transferred, and ultimately how his career pans out. So he starts off at Feyenoord. Where will he be in 5 years' time? So, guys, we are 5 years into the future, and Ruud Gullit is now a Real Madrid player. Now, in these remakes so far, we've not actually seen a huge abundance of players end up at Real Madrid, but Ruud Gullit has made the dash over to Spain. He already, at the age of 20, has 50 caps for the Netherlands. He's got 20 goals for his country as well. He's on £450,000 a week at 20 years of age. Could you imagine how you'd spend that money if you were that age with that sort of cash? His physicals have improved slightly. He's now got 17 strength. He's put on a little bit of weight. He's 101 kg, which is actually quite a lot for a footballer, I'd imagine. Again, he's very good on both feet. Those mentals have improved again significantly. That anticipation, composure, decisions, off the ball, and vision, all in that green stats. They are all 16 and above attributes. Great heading, great passing, 17 on that technique again, so he will continue to get better, but he's now at Real Madrid, and he looks like he is banging goals in left, right, and center. So I'm curious, how much did Madrid pay to Feyenoord for his services? 8 million. That is an absolute steal. He started in that first season in the Eredivisie. He played 20 games for Feyenoord, scored 5 goals and got 2 assists, age 15, don't you forget, guys. Then he moves to Madrid, where it looks like he has a year where he's kind of like beds himself in. Oh no, wait, that's the first season. They paid for this. They paid for him in January, guys. They bought him for £8 million in that January, half a season at Feyenoord, and Madrid just go, yeah, we'll have him. 15 games for Madrid in that first season, again, age 15, 16. He's got 4 goals, 1 assist since moving to La Liga. Then after that, he's just been a regular starter, an absolute pillar in this team, averaging over 30 appearances for the club every single season. And in that most recent season, where obviously he turns 22 goals and 9 assists with the average of 7.45 as his average rating. Wow. I can't get over this. We've never seen a first season transfer ever in these remakes, and now he's at Madrid. They're going to be a real force. They really are. In terms of some of his milestones, then, let's have a look at the competitions. He wasn't actually in Holland long enough to win a trophy, but in that first season, secures La Liga with Real Madrid. Got his first international goal against Poland, age 17, which is very impressive. It's another La Liga there for him in 2024 as well. Copa del Rey runners-up 2 times as well. Not really as good as you would expect. Supercopa de España winners. They're also La Liga champions for a 3rd time in his stint at the club so far. And he's also won the UEFA Nations League with Holland. We can't look at that, but they did win it in 2026. So fair play to Holland for winning that one. And it looks like Real Madrid have been relatively solid throughout the course of his time there. He actually was, in that most recent season, the top goal scorer in La Liga, and he's probably playing in midfield. In terms of some of his awards, though, he has picked up that Copa trophy, fair play to him, in 2025 whilst being at Madrid, age 20. Musiala picking it up for the 3 seasons prior to that. If we go on to some of the other trophies, the NXGN, obviously he picked this one up, no real surprises there. Jude Bellingham and Musiala winning it, and then Ruud Gullit winning it twice on the banks whilst he's been at Real Madrid. And then obviously here come the new gens starting things on after that. I think it's a little bit early to be talking Ballon d'Or, but just out of curiosity, Lukaku wins the Ballon d'Or in the first season. Lewandowski, Mbappe again, and Bernardo Silva. So he's not quite in the Ballon d'Or conversation just yet, but don't forget he is only 20 years of age. If we go back to Ruud Gullit and take a look at him, he looks like an absolute beast. I'm looking forward to seeing where he is in another 5 years time. I don't actually see him leaving Madrid. I think he's going to stay here and just go from strength to strength. Let's check in 5 years and see how he's getting on. So 10 years into his career, he is now 25 years of age, and he is still actually at Real Madrid, as I thought he would be. 108 caps now for Holland, which is ridiculous return for someone aged 25. Those physicals have really boosted up this time around in this last 5 years. It is that Madrid effect. We've seen it with a lot of players actually going to either Bayern or Madrid, really bulking up and getting into real physical shape. He is now the number 8 for Real Madrid, and he's on a £600,000 a week wage. Wow. As I said, the physicals have really ramped up. His mentals look exceptional, as they did last time around, and some of his technicals have improved. He's got 18 passing as well now, 15 finishing. This guy knows where the back of the net is and can find it. He also likes to switch the ball to the wide areas as well, which is very interesting. He tries first time shots. I suppose he does have 16 long shots, so you can kind of see why that trait has been put on him. If we go into his milestones and take a if we go into his career stats and we'll take a look at his last few seasons, he's actually played a game for the Castilla, which makes no sense to me. He must have been coming back from injury, but in that one he scored a goal and got an assist in that one game. Other than that, a regular starter for Madrid. Played all 38 games in one of the seasons in La Liga as well, and in that most recent season, 30 goals, 8 assists in 36 appearances, getting 38 goals in all competitions alongside 13 assists. That is a phenomenal return for Madrid, and I imagine whoever the Real Madrid manager is, Allegri, is absolutely buzzing for it. He is still there. They've still got Camavinga. They've still got Vinicius Jr. They still have a very young core, this Madrid team. Have they gone on and won multiple trophies? Let's take a look. So after they won the Nations League, they came 4th place in the World Cup as Holland. That is very disappointing. Out of curiosity, who won? We've had the Ivory Coast win a World Cup, guys. That is mad. You really don't see teams like that winning it. So fair play to the Ivory Coast. It looks like he has been rampant in the league, winning back-to-back La Ligas, back-to-back. Yeah, 4 in a row for Real Madrid during this time span, which is ridiculous. They've also picked up a couple Copa del Reys as well, and there is that first Champions League victory in that most recent season, the 2031 season, where they win the Champions League. They beat Chelsea in that Champions League final. It looks relatively self-explanatory. You don't see many 3-0s, and he also got a goal in there, but unfortunately we cannot take a look at it. But a 7.6 for Ruud Gullit in a 4-4-1-1, playing behind Vinicius Jr. Very, very interesting from the Real Madrid manager. In terms of some of his awards, though, it's going to be interesting to see. I can see here in the 2030, he is a Ballon d'Or runner-up, but Kylian Mbappe is just dominating it in this save. You see it sometimes when he does go to Bayern Munich. He is just a machine. We've got a 2nd place there in 2027, a 2nd place again the following year, and again and again. I've never seen so many recreations come second in the Ballon d'Or. Mbappe is now 32 years of age, so you'd like to think Gullit is now going to take over that mantle in the next 5 years. We're going to jump in 15 years into this career a second time around. Let's get into it. So then, guys, 15 years into his career, he is a Real Madrid player, but only just. Ruud Gullit is about to leave the club, age 30. Where is he going to go? He's now got 100. I'm going to hold on to this. We're going to take a look at him first, and then we're going to see where he's going to go. So he's got 164 caps for Holland now, 83 goals. His technicals are still looking the same. His physicals are still looking the same. He's only 30 years of age, so the 14 pace is still going to be a good thing for him. He's a model professional, a legendary attacking midfielder. Oh, you can see it. I thought you wouldn't be able to see it. He's joining PSG. Oh, like, out of all the clubs, man, Ruud, you're at one of the biggest, best clubs in the world. Why are you leaving to go to PSG? I just don't understand it. If we take a look at his career stats, the last 5 years, obviously we were last here in 30-31 season. Since then, it looks like he has powered on much the same, scoring almost pretty much 20 goals a season, almost contributing double-digit assists as well. He is a prolific central midfielder. In his career so far, guys, 527 league appearances, almost 300 goals and 155 assists. This guy is the linchpin of this Real Madrid team. I can only assume he's gone on and won some more La Ligas there. Let's have a look at La Liga. Since he's been there, oh my God, that is just so dominant from Madrid, isn't it? Just putting him on his back, basically. 25 goals in his most recent season. Just get on the back, boys. Don't worry, I can carry us to multiple La Ligas in a row. I've also seen as well, they've won the Nations League as well. They've also won the World Cup, so he is a World Cup winner as Holland. They beat Spain in the final, and because of when it was, I cannot unfortunately take a look at the game because it was 2 years ago in game. So Holland World Cup holders, thanks to potentially Ruud Gullit. You never know if he did score in that final. Actually, let's find out. If we go into Holland's schedule and we go back, World Cup final. He didn't score in it. Okay, I assume he played, but he didn't score. It was in the Japanese National Stadium where they beat Spain 5-3. Okay, cool. He is still one of the best players there, though, and he is going to go over to PSG, so I can assume, has he won a couple of Champions League since he's been here? Just one Champions League. Manchester United looking like they're really rampant again. Fair play. Okay, he's going to go to PSG. I'm not overly happy about this, but I'm intrigued to see how he does get on. We're going to sim forward 5 more years. You assume he's just going to completely sweep the season in France and just win the league season on season. Let's find out. So this is a first. We've jumped forward 20 years into the future of this career resimulation of Ruud Gullit. He's back in Spain. He's a Barcelona player. Now, when we were last here, he was about to transfer over to PSG. So I'm really curious to see what's actually happened to Ruud and why he is now back in Spain. He's broken his leg recently as well, fractured his lower leg, which is never good. Never good. He's 35 years of age. This is definitely in the twilight of his career now. He's now a centurion in terms of goals for Holland. He's got 102 goals for Holland in 205 appearances, which is mad. Absolute madness. We're going to take a look at his career stats. So he went to PSG for free and was there for 3 years. And he's done okay at PSG, and then his contract's over and they just didn't renew him. So he went back to Spain, over to Barcelona, and he's been pretty good since he's been at Barca as well. Not really up there in terms of the goal return, but I can only assume that they've been playing him at centre-back. He played 31 games for Barcelona at centre-back, and he's now playing at central midfield for the Netherlands as well. He's played 14 games there internationally. But why are Barcelona and their manager Domenico Tedesco playing Ruud Gullit at centre-back? I know he can. I just don't really understand it. If we go onto his profile then, let's take a look at his career stats again. He's still doing things. Is he still winning trophies? That's the main thing. If we go onto the competitions, how were his 3 years in France? So, Liga champions, no real surprise there. Champions League runner-up, Trophy de Champion, Ligue 1. So, a League and Cup double there. Champions League runner-up and Ligue 1 again. And then he moves over to Barcelona and unfortunately it looks like Real Madrid have been too strong in this particular simulation. We go into the awards then, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff. We're going to go straight away. I'm going to click on this only because I know it takes me there to this. If we have a look at the goal 50, Ruud Gullit has been pretty dominant throughout the course of this, winning it 5 years on the spin, or 5 years on the spin with Real Madrid there, and then once whilst he's been at PSG in terms of that goal 50. Ballon d'Or time. I deliberately left this one out at the 15-year mark to see how many he has potentially won. One. He's won one of them. That year that I thought he was going to start taking over, Erling Haaland popped off 44 goals and 10 assists for PSG. And then after that, Ruud Gullit finally gets his hands on it, still at Madrid in 2035. And then it looks like he's not actually been... Oh, he was runner-up again to Karim Adeyemi. At 37, Karim Adeyemi wins the Ballon d'Or for PSG. Fair play, man. Fair play. So it is only the one Ballon d'Or for Ruud Gullit, just like he did get in his career as a player. If we go on to Ruud Gullit, we're going to have one final look at his biography and see how he's got on. So a phenomenal record with 35 competition wins throughout his career. He won the Trophy de Champion for 2 years. He won the World Cup with Holland. Absolutely massive one that. He won the Champions League once in his entire career with Real Madrid in 2031. Copa España, Spanish Cup 7 times between 2025 and 2035. So 7 victories in 10 years. Pretty darn good there. The Supercopa de España 6 times. The Nations League with Holland, he won that twice. And La Liga, he's won it 13 times in his career. So very, very dominant. And also 2 league wins over in France. In terms of his individual achievements, he's won loads of stuff. The NXGN, he won it. Golden Boy, he won that as well. He's won the Ballon d'Or once. This is a very, very good career resimulation, and we've gone over the course of 20 years this time. So let me know down in the comments if you like these 20-year saves and simulations to see how their career pans out the second time. Really going from the start of a career again, age 15, all the way to the end of their career. I'm pretty sure this would be the end of his career, almost age 35. Please let me know that down in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's video, guys, please do drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you on another one very, very soon.